Here. Okay, we are good.
We're on? All right, I will call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Knows.
Here.
Mr. Barrow is absent. Mr. Ruth. Here. Mr. Guzran.
Here.
Mr. Trainer.
Here.
Mrs. Nara.
Here.
Mrs. Zaffarino.
Here.
Notice of this meeting was provided to the Bernardsville News and Courier News, filed with the municipal clerk and posted on the municipal bulletin board on December 4th and May 25. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Okay, welcome to the March 23rd, 2026 meeting of the Bernardsville Borough Council. Members of the public will be allowed to speak during the open session and during formal public hearings on the agenda. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker, which will be monitored and informed by the borough clerk. Failure of the governing body to provide a live broadcast of this meeting or technological problems encountered during the course of the meeting that affect remote viewing and/or participation will not invalidate this meeting or any action taken, including but not limited to the adoption of any ordinance, resolution, or motion. We are not swearing in Sergeant Lukenbach. His whole family has the flu. So. Yeah.
No.
Right. We're just not good. We're just not going to be doing a ceremony, so. The mayor's proclamation for Parkinson's. I'm always happy when if somebody submits and asks us to do something for a disease, so we've done a number of them. So I think it's April will be Parkinson's disease month, so I just sign it and send it to them. And then also the Shade Tree Committee, their committee, yeah, asked us to do, trying to get the Tree City designation, I guess. So we'll be doing a proclamation as part of the application for a Tree City. So that's in your packet as well. We have minutes from February 17th, 23rd, March 2nd, March 9th, and March 12th.
I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we now have an open session. So for any items that don't have their own public hearing. So if anyone in the public would like to speak, please either raise your hand on Zoom or come up and stand on the X.
Bob Graham, 84-3 Dragon Road, Bernardsville.
Yeah.
I had sent you guys letters and Anthony had forwarded them to you, so I want to just review the topics that in those letters. One of the items was considering the tiny lot at the end of Mine Street to be part of potentially AH10. It'll provide additional entrance and exits. It'll give the architects more flexibility in their design. I don't know whether you considered it and decided to exclude it, but I sent you enough information, you can at least look at it and consider having that flexibility to help optimize that location. AH10 is the one of Bernardsville.
Yeah.
Up on this. I also requested that that same development that you give to our planner and or the applicant a requirement that they provide a viewscape of that location from 202, which is not normally something they would do. They would normally provide elevations that were approximate, pretty close. We have done things like that in the past for Bernardsville Center and things like that, requested additional viewscapes, but I think that's one of the concerns is it's a large, very large. I don't think it's going to be a justified concern, but if we prepare in advance, it may allay any concerns that there are about that development affecting the viewscape coming in to the town. So given enough advance notice, they can take pictures like the one I provided you. They can take their own, take it now with winter, spring, summer, and they can overlay the development on that and give people a sense that hopefully that it will not be detrimental. Make it, planning board's job a bit easier. I still would like us to figure out somehow to get a team together to review and optimize each of the affordable housing facilities, as opposed to the team that's currently doing it, or in addition to that. So it's just be the planner and the applicant and so forth. And you need as much input as you can get to optimize, be creative with the each of these developments. It could even include the senior one that we just made progress on.
Mhm.
The key is to get a lot of creative ideas. It's really important for me because I don't like bogging it down in the planning board. And it does, when it's not prepared, when there are no operational considerations, when these things hit us. We basically have to address all that in planning board meetings, which elongates the approvals, expense and so forth. You can just deal with it up front. Just one last, I sent the letter, so we just.
Yeah.
One last thing, I just don't know, was there a recent report from the parking consultant given to the town? I know there was one a long time ago.
Yeah, no, we haven't had a recent one.
You haven't had anything turned to you, okay.
2 years ago, a year ago?
Yeah, no, it would have been, in the last month or two.
No.
It happened first, so. Okay, no, just wondering, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Fran?
Hi, everybody. Mayor Fran Daly, your library director. I hope you all had a happy Maker's Day on Saturday. Be sure how to visit the library on Saturday and the week before. And we have a big streak of events with the Green Team coming up in April. So we have Maker's Week in March, and in April, we're doing a week between Arbor Day and Earth Day with the Green Team. Not all of them at the library, but we're gonna have quite a few, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And on social media, you see the first is Library Giving Day. It's our foundation's big annual fundraiser. That's where they raise most of the money they give us in a day, maybe a week. Things can come in late, things can go in early. But thank you to them. And do you have any questions for me or any needs?
I did put that in my newsletter, Library Giving Day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Michael, from the Friends asked me to do that for them, so
That's great.
went in the last, 2 weeks ago, we pushed that a little bit. So hopefully that will. I'm confused on the Green Team thing. I know they do the Green Fair. Is they doing it with the library instead of at the train station?
Yes, so. In. And, there's also gonna be like again, they're doing walks at the Board. I don't want to speak for them, for everything. We're doing earthy themed programming at the library during the week.
Oh, cool.
And they have a bird watching talk and a wildlife photography talk. So they're making it big this year.
Yeah, okay, and they're doing it early because they always would do it Mother's Day weekend, and I'm always away that weekend, and I always miss it, so this way I won't miss it.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be in April. I think it's going over 10 days, so there'll be plenty of opportunity.
Excellent, yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Lot of great.
I'll thank you for trying to get the MVC mobile unit. I know it was like sprung on you a little bit, but
Yeah,
we're
and I
still,
forgot to meet there, but Laura was there and
Yeah.
showed them around. I think it would work because it's worked there before.
Yeah,
they're kind of picky, right? So they're, so
I know the connection was an issue to one year.
this is at the train station, yeah.
they have a list of requirements, so we have to wait to hear back from them whether or not.
Some people on my staff want to get their real ID, so they're excited about it.
Sorry.
Yeah,
No, I was just saying a lot of great events, High Day, other ones recently at the library that have been really amazing on top of Maker's Day, so I encouraged everyone to check out lots of kids and people of all ages, so really great job.
Yeah. Kumans did it with the friends.
and I hear you had PB&J on Sunday, I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was busy, yeah, pretty full. Great. All right, thank you.
It's great, thank you.
Anybody on Zoom? I don't see any. Oh.
Waiting for the second submission.
Sure.
Greg, already giving you information on it, but I forgot to reaffirm, and that is the whole concept of the stairway from the train station really needs to be looked at again in light of the very large developments that are being placed up in that area, and I still believe that financially, it will be a lot less expensive to implement an elevator from the train station to the upper levels than it will be to try to produce a ramp or stairs. And it'll be much more useful. Stairs are going to be marginally beneficial to the community, but the elevator would be exceptionally beneficial. I also indicated that without knowing the facts, I indicated that there's funding. There's a funding initiative, there's a federal program that the state administers for subsidizing access to train stations and, or transit village and so forth. So that may be possible also, but it's just an idea. So I did give that to you in that letter. Please consider that. It would be very disappointing if we proceeded with the stairs.
Yeah, we did, Nancy and I had met with the Transit Village folks, and there's a number of different grants that are out there now that we are a transit village, so we're looking
There's
into.
opportunities, which is
Yeah.
why we did it in the first place. But,
Yeah,
it just would be a disappointment if we proceeded on the ramps, on the stairwells.
stairs. All right, thank you. Anyone else? No? Then I will close the public hearing. Moving on to ordinance, I will open the public hearing on ordinance 2026-2042, supplementing and amending section 12-1.2 of the Borough Code by adding an exemption from fees for a continued certificate of occupancy related to the extension of affordability controls under the borough's fourth round housing element and fair share plan. Anyone wish to be heard on this ordinance?
This helps us meet our fourth round obligations.
Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. We'll start with Rich.
Sure. I move to pass ordinance number 2026-2042 on final reading and adopt as published.
Second,
Roll call, please.
Mr. Reese,
Yes.
Mr. Drown,
Yeah.
Mr. Trainer,
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick,
yes,
Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
All right, now this is an introduction. We talked about this, I think, because we did not have an ordinance specifying when the plows take out somebody's mailbox. It was just kind of a loose policy of how much we reimburse them, and so what we're trying to do is codify it so that it's in our ordinance and we don't have to go searching when it happens. And there's always one every year, I think, that we
What's
take out.
what's our number right now? Have we determined last time?
It was 50.
100.
So 150, yeah. Russ, you want to move that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I move that. Ordinance, 2026-2045, an ordinance supplementing and amending the Borough Code by creating a new subsection 2-27 entitled Damage to Mailboxes Resulting from Snow Removal and establishing a maximum reimbursement amount be introduced by title, passed on first reading, published according to law, and that a public hearing be scheduled for a meeting beginning at 7 p.m. on Monday, April 27, 2026.
second,
Thank you.
All in favor? Opposed? Christine, you want to introduce this?
sure. I move that ordinance 2026-2046, an ordinance providing for the improvement of the Morrison Avenue Pump Station by the Borough of Bernardsville in the County of Somerset, New Jersey, and appropriating 900,000, therefore constituting proceeds of grants in the amount of 750,000 from the County of Somerset ARP funds and 150,000 in sewer capital improvement funds be introduced by title, passed on first reading, published according to law, and that a public hearing be scheduled for a meeting beginning at 7 p.m. Monday, April 20th, 2026. Should that be the 20th?
Yeah. You want me to explain that?
Yeah,
Okay, so, years ago, before I came here, you had applied for this grant through COVID funds, and you received it. This is to, replace the Morrison Avenue pump station. The grant is for $750,000. They have been working, the engineering, firm, PSNS, for the sewer plant, has been working to try and, draft plans and work through the DEP, and it's held up for a really long time because they discovered wetlands, so then they had to get a wetlands permit. So, the county is starting to get nervous because the money has to be used by December 31st of this year. So we finally got the approval from the DEP, thanks to the mayor and Senator Brown. So we quickly got it out to bid. You actually have a resolution later authorizing us to go out to bid, but we really had no choice because we're running so short on time. The timeline that the engineer has is that will take 200 days, which if the bids are due April 16th. If it was awarded and they were able to start work May 1st, there is between May 1st and December 31st, like 210 days. So I'm asking you to, in your agenda meeting, adopt the, award the contract, because I'm gonna ask Jack to do a really quick turnaround. Then this ordinance, will be the second reading on that day too. This ordinance is because we have to put the money out before we get it back from the county. So the 750 is there, which will be replaced from the county. The extra 150 is because we need contract administration by the engineer. And the 750 numbers, a few years ago, we suspect it might come in a little bit higher, so we need to have funds available, certified, in order to support the contract. So that's why we're doing this ordinance. And I'm just asking you to do it on the 20th, as an exception to the agenda rule, just to give them, it's an extra week, every
day counts.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's what that, you have any question?
I just have a procedural question, and it's for Jack. I believe I live within 200 feet of this property, so I don't know.
You
if
do.
I don't know if I have to recuse myself or not.
I don't think so, it's not like the boards of your acting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's at the
I
end.
just saw
it's at
it for the
end of
first
this,
time. I never knew where it was.
right,
Never
it's
been
almost in
down
my
there.
backyard.
Yeah.
It's at the end, isn't it? It's the end of Morrison.
Yeah,
It's on the left side, so it kind of backs up to the house next.
Oh,
But
I
it's-
see, I see what you're saying.
which one do you take from Mount Airy that goes straight to
Orchard. Orchard
and
turns
then
into Morrison.
becomes Morrison?
No,
Right,
if he's
you go down-
Orchard
you go down that steep hill.
Not Orchard Hill,
Regular.
just regular.
And
Yeah.
I guess the only comment I would have, is I haven't seen the plan, I mean, hopefully, I'm assuming it'll look nice, it's not gonna be an eyesore. It's a residential street, so it's
Right,
it's
it's just a box.
just a box, but it's, there's a lot of landscaping around, a lot of trees and bushes, so it's sort of well hidden.
They usually do, I mean, I think there's more on it, but.
Yeah.
So that is actually, I think, the oldest pump station we have in the 50 minutes, better too, so.
Yeah, as long as there's, it's not gonna be huge and there's gonna be some screening around it.
I'm sure
Does it go before a planning board?
no,
No, because it's.
right?
Or might,
No, you mean because.
When they build it, the site plan,
No.
No,
I don't think they- I think it's more the inside that they're gonna do.
oh, they're doing anything on the outside?
I don't think so.
no, this is,
Like the guts.
This is, oh, I think.
Because we're getting.
Yeah.
Well, we do.
Yeah,
And I'm just curious, what's originally spurred on the need to just age, or there's an environmental requirement or something?
Well, I wasn't here,
Oh, sorry.
but the average plan
Yes, sir.
became about.
needed
Was
to,
on,
Yeah.
so they saw there.
to use the AOP funds. Yeah. So I think we had a second on that. Tom.
We need a second.
Oh, thank you.
second.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, moving on to resolutions. Thinking if there's any here we didn't talk about. The change in the Boylan Terrace that was. I forget what it was, something small. Right.
Backside, and you back then had said that you did not want it on any sense. Our current engineer, who's actually on the call, said that this slope is way too steep down, we don't want people walking on each side. So we are just asking for a plan modification from DOT, because they have already approved plans to put. All we're going to do is improve the south side sidewalk, it's in kind of bad shape. And, we might still need a ADA compliant ramp on the corner of Mount Airy and north side of Boylan, because there's a crosswalk there.
Mhm.
But this is just to make sure that the DOT approved plans match what we're going to do.
Okay,
I think there's already a crosswalk there, and I think there's a slope on the other side, this one, or ADA.
It's not compliant,
Okay.
it's there and it's a ramp, but it's not ADA compliant.
Is it just doesn't have the pad or something like that, wait, or something? Or maybe it's a slope, I don't know.
any other ones we have? I think some of the further ones down, the items of business was Main Street. For their street fair. Was there anything else? No,
It
okay.
was the waters.
Oh, right, the well testing
Yes.
things, yeah. And the writing members to the Bernardsville Fire Company, that was
It's
a police officer.
He will. And it can be helpful.
Talked about the chef thing. And then some of these are all the pieces that finish up the fourth round. So the escrow on the projects and an investigation to whether there's an area in need of redevelopment. And then we did hire somebody to replace Garrett for recreation, so that's great. We're doing it tonight, yes. And when will she start?
The 2 weeks from today.
All right. Then we have the bids for the pump station, and we do have a new construction official.
He works in more.
Yeah, excellent. So someone would introduce 2673. Let's just go through 100 and we'll do the budget separate.
73. Let's see here.
What? Jack could do it, go ahead.
I move that resolutions 26-73 to 26-100 be adopted.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Zazarino,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
Mr. Freeman,
Yes.
Mr. John,
Yes.
Mr. Ruth,
Yeah.
All right, so we are up to introduction of the budget. So.
Then introduction, is that what we should do?
Yeah, let's just run through it and then we can.
Anthony, you have the slides, thank you. So while Anthony pulls those up, this is obviously the beginning of a process, of formal introduction of the budget, which we'll get to, but it's been a really good, I guess, almost 3-month period now, working with, Nancy and Leslie, our CFOs and the mayor and Al. And so on behalf of Al, who chairs the committee, I'd like to thank Nancy and Leslie and the mayor. It's been a wonderful, really great process so far. Then, yeah, I'm absolutely very new to this body. But the amount of work that comes into just preparing this is incredible because there's so many line items that require investigation of individual town employees, constituencies of the town, regulations of things that we have to pay for and account for, not just this year, but multiple years. So it's really awesome to see the work that Leslie has done on that, and Nancy, and both of them have, I would say, saved a considerable amount of funds and taxpayer dollars for our town. Not sure everyone how much knows the scale of how much they've done. So it's really incredible to see what they've done. And the council, which preceded me joining, has done a great job of keeping taxpayer finances really well in balance for many years, which has now allowed us to be in this opportunity to make some really great decisions to best structure our priorities for this year. And that's really what the budget is a series of priorities. Not everything can fit into it. Not everything comes out of it that everyone would want, and everyone gets everything, but it's what we can best do with the taxpayer finances that we have available. So the summary is that we have now achieved a lower tax rate. So it's the 5th straight year of lower or flat tax rate. So the municipal rate is going to be lower, and we believe it's the first time in the greatest reduction in quite a number of years. So it's really a great discussion, and there's really a testament again to the financial strength of the borough that we're able to arrive there. So then thanks again to the borough team and the rest of the council that we're able to achieve all of that. There were some headwinds, so we achieved that despite some headwinds. Obviously, healthcare, as many folks are reading, across not just our municipality, but other municipalities, other school districts are pressuring budgets quite a bit. So despite all that, we're able to achieve this lower tax rate. Utilities, obviously much higher, as everyone is checking their utility bills these days, and state aid is flat. So despite being able to give more sort of back to the taxpayers in the form of a lower rate, we were also able to fund the capital budget, another increase, so record capital budget. Yet another area where Nancy and council have really done a great job of funding capital from where it was several years ago. So this will allow us to make more investments in future needs of the borough, lower rates longer term, continue to keep lower rates longer term, and to avoid taking out debt for things that we need to pay for. So it's a great, really investment in the future. Again, the valuation of our borough properties has increased quite a bit over the last few years. This is really the result of creating a wonderful environment, which properties are becoming more valuable. People want to move here. So properties are increasing value, and hence our borough revenue is going up. Just a handful of investments we made, aligned with community priorities. Several of us saw some of the EMT equipment that the fire company is going to be purchasing. New Jaws of Life, new fire truck, which is one of the larger investments we make as a borough, is the fire truck. I'm not sure how much people are aware of how significant investments are these days, but obviously sorely needed a core service. Also investing in the library, again, with I guess our first allocation over $1 million. So again, testament to everything Fran and the library both doing, as well as the foundation and the Friends are doing to help keep that community asset. And then we also continue to increase support for the pool, another great community asset that will all benefit, and it's not endless winter, which appears to be constantly. So overall, about a quarter of your tax burden is the borough tax. We feel we provided pretty good value for the money with all the services provided here, both safety, recreational, and everything else associated with that. We continue to fund their open space allocation. So go to the next slide.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just missed the last line. I'm moving this. A million appropriated.
For open space trust,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Yeah.
Just a payback. of the plan. So you see overall, taxes are increasing. So we're lowering the rate, but assessments are going up. So that's why there's still an increase in tax. So folks understand that. Surplus, we're continuing to have a healthy surplus. There's a bit of a change in other revenue. That's primarily due to some one-time revenue we had last year to the sale of the Audi property. So nothing really to be too concerned about there. We're continuing to get overall revenue. Not to be nice if the state gives us more and things like that, but also even a bit of smaller. What's that?
They dream on.
Exactly, right. And as folks who follow financial markets know, the overall investment rates are going down because of bond yields. So that's lowering rates a little bit. So we're gonna get a little bit less as well, like everybody else who's has a savings account. So overall, more revenue, more appropriations, good outcome for the next one. Anthony. So yeah, again, roughly a quarter year bill is the municipal rate, borough taxes, and you see average on about $4,800 municipal, 300 library, 200 municipal open space, little over 300. Everything else on top of that are things like schools, county. So that's where the budget breaks down.
I wish I was my total for the year. Yeah, that was it.
And this next step's long process here. So introducing this evening, there's about a 1 month evaluation period and review. I think we're working with state and other regulatory authorities. Thanks again to Leslie and Nancy for working through all that. And we'll come back to this body for a full presentation for a public comment period at the end of April. And then must adopt by the end of April so that we can get it done for May. So that's a budget process. And I want to say thanks again to Nancy, Leslie, Alan there, and also the rest of the council for participating in all this. Is really great outcome thing for everyone.
Good job, thank you.
Charlie.
Yeah,
Hitting the ground running on this, you know?
uh-huh. So, you wanna do the motion?
Yeah, now I can actually do the motion. So I move that resolution 26-101 be adopted and the public hearing on the budget be scheduled for a meeting beginning at 7 PM, Monday, April 27th, 2026.
Second,
Roll call on this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll call, please.
Mr. Ruth?
Yeah.
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
yes,
Ms. Adrino?
Yes.
Okay. Mayor's update. Let's see, February 26th was the New Jersey Conference of Mayors Winter Summit. Basically, the theme was economic growth, and I moderated the second panel, which was intergovernmental coordination for site review, permitting, and project approvals. In other words, how do you get DOT and DEP to respond? So, yeah. I attended a county update on March 3rd. The county administrator and all the department heads invited the mayors and administrators. Mainly the topic was on shared services. They now have a shared service coordinator. And so they were talking about what services the county offers. And then they had some people there from the what do you call it?
Division of Local Government.
Yes, DCA. To talk about what things the DCA can do, and a lot of good information, a lot of good resources. So we're gonna follow up on some of those. Nancy and I met with the Transit Village Initiative people. It was mainly for data requests, because now that we're a Transit Village, they want all the resolutions on development since 2010. So, yeah, to have in their database. So, Denise, unfortunately, has been tasked with doing that, but that we also talked about is when Bob mentioned the different grants that are available. Some are big and then there's little ones. So one of the ones we were looking at, I know the Main Street is looking to make a park for Ed English. And we can probably get a small grant to do the benches and bike racks and those kinds of things for the train station. So to take some of the burden off of their expenses, but then there was a bigger transitional grant or something that we are hoping maybe might help with the elevator or stairway. So we'll be following up on that. I attended the International Women's Day breakfast that the Somerset County Business Partnership had. It's always a sold out event. Let's see, I did my 31st wedding that day. Anybody go see The Wizard of Oz at Bernard's High? It was phenomenal. It's amazing the quality of the plays they put on there. Just,
Always.
yeah. Just outstanding. I attended a Hardworks fundraiser they had at the Bernardsville Cinema. That was a packed house. Did you go to that?
No.
I think they were raising money for Heartworks and also to fund, they bring people over from the VA hospital for free to see movies. Let's see, we had the Somerset County Commission on the Status of Women. I attended their breakfast and award ceremony. Did my 32nd wedding. I attended a mixer at Flex. Do you know Flex Networks, which is in the old library? If you've ever been in there, they had just finished making a studio, like a full-fledged big studio to make all kinds of cool things. And it's the only one, I think, in the county right now that is. So they'll be looking to do, if somebody wants to use it to make a little promotional video.
Oh, it's
Very
been on,
professional. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Where is it?
In the old library. Go knock on their door.
I think.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Yeah,
Yeah, actually.
yeah,
did not know there was a studio in town.
they just finished it and it's very cool. I was on a panel for women in government with Ora Dunn, Sherry Brindle, who was the mayor in Westfield, and the newest assemblywoman, Melissa, I don't remember her last name. She just got on in January. And it was at the Frelinghuysen Arboretum, and it was broadcast on New Jersey. I don't know if anybody, I never knew this existed. It's called On New Jersey, ONNJ, and it's a 24-hour station of just New Jersey news, events, interviews. It's really pretty cool. It's Lisa Marie Falbo was the interviewer, and it was like an 1.5-hour program. And check it out, check On New Jersey. Did the Shamrock Shuffle? Right?
Nice.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Beautiful weather
fun.
too for it, right?
Mhm.
Beautiful weather. for it.
It was a good day. I think they did really well. And then today I just did my 33rd wedding. So that's my news. Go for it. Their turn.
If I could just say about the project at the train station, the stairway. The issue is, well, two issues, two big issues. One of them, you need a plan before you can apply for any months. So we don't have a plan yet. So, we don't have a plan yet because crossing the stream is big. Is not necessarily how to get down this on the mountain, because there are ways. It's crossing the stream with all of the DEP regulations. So, Shelley is on the call, so we will talk about that.
Oh, that's who it is.
Yeah, and we continue to talk about it. So she has people working at it now. The DEP has pretty stringent regulations, I imagine, the cross inspection, so that's the bigger issue with the whole. So that's the whole of it right now. And again, you can't apply for money to actually have a plan because you need to know how much it's gonna cost. And then want to see it. Okay, in other news, the county did install flashing beacons on Prospect and Child. Seen them,
Mhm.
so there were, but really, the safety that they are for.
And they worked the second they put them in, which was awesome. Like that little, oh, next.
Plug and play.
They also installed the stop sign in the 5 corners at Claremont. The first day was a little chaotic, but the police have said that people have adjusted well. Our police or traffic sergeant has asked me to ask the county to put in, how there's stops on the right side. He wants it on both sides just to make it more visible. Since it's, you know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
since it's new.
And they've agreed to do that. We're also looking at possibly putting in, a light on top of each. I asked them,
Yeah,
I
that
asked
would
them
be
if they did, like, I'd even buy them, they're not that expensive, right? And, we need the county permission, this is their time, so I asked that, we'll see.
This would be the flash on the stop sign, or this is something?
yeah, because I
It would
noticed,
be, I don't know that it would be flashing, but it would be
No,
a light, so that I've seen battery control
little
ones.
dot ones.
yeah, they have them in
Okay.
a couple of places in Somerville, I noticed the other night, I thought, oh, boy, that really, like, you can't miss that.
Well, a lot of them that have the dots all around,
Yeah.
they come that way,
Oh, the whole sign is like
Right.
that,
and so I don't know that we could get that at this point, but I have seen some that it's like a red light on the top of the stop sign. So kind of serves the same purpose, so we'll see if they let us put that up there.
I think a pretty good reception to that stop sign so far. People seem quite happy. The same, from a safety perspective.
Yes.
yeah, the first couple of days, it was chaos.
Yeah,
And it was nice because the first day there was a policeman there and everybody that blew through, he pulled them over,
and
you
he
know.
did
Yeah. No, he didn't,
Yeah.
it was, yeah,
you
yeah,
know, you can.
but I have to say, just coming down here tonight, there were somebody at every corner and it all worked. You know, everybody stopped and the one on the right went first and I think they're getting used to it, so.
The police said,
And it does slow down the traffic on Claremont, which has always been a problem, so.
I think the main thing coming out of that lower block of line out now, you just had to creep and then creep and then creep, and then you're like in the middle of the intersection by the time you had a view down by the book one, you know, so.
Yeah,
So, you know, now that it's, as we gain more faith in the intersection here, that's a nice aspect of it.
just an update on the Highlands, we're at the center designation point, and that was delayed by another month. To continue the public hearing, so that should be, coming up soon, I would think, we met with the March 5th. So I believe, it's gonna go to might be the end of April, the end of April, and then move on to the next step of it. Some good news, we learned today that, Borough Police got accreditation, state accreditation. And we were always promised that there would be savings on our insurance. And there is, we found out today, it's $11,100 every 3 years that they remain accredited.
Wow.
$3,700 a year, which, you know, doesn't sound like a lot, but it counts, right? It all adds up.
It matters. It's great.
Plus, I mean, accreditation has a lot of other benefits as well, but this is just a bonus. And then New Jersey Transit is done, we have our train station back. So they have paved over the big hole and they.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't mean the station.
no. Come on, wait.
Soon.
Wow.
The lot.
They striped it, it looked like
They
they,
striped
yeah.
it. They inspected, so that is relief, I'm sure, for all the businesses. And the work on the train station continues. I did see workers in there. I got contacted today by New Jersey Transit, just to remind us that the building has to remain completely closed while they're working for people's safety. I have no time frame on that. Unfortunately, they haven't given me time, but work is happening there. There's activity. And, just as the people in the Boylan Terrace area just got finished with New Jersey American Water. I think that's the New Jersey Transit. New Jersey American Water is the one that repaved and striped. New Jersey Transit is doing the actual station. But just as they got finished with that, the work, our work on Boylan is gonna start soon, probably hopefully in April. And that's what he did today, that modification, and DOT approves that, and the company already had a pre-construction meeting, the contractor needs to order. You know, sewer grates and things like that and pipes, so when that is all in code started, we put out a reverse 911 to the people in the neighborhood. We put something on our website, with more communication the better, so in the contract, we'll put something out like the week before it actually starts. And we'll send out another version.
That's something that would take about a month, that kind of whole thing there, or what do we think? For sidewalks and stuff.
No, I think it's gonna take longer than that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I don't recall the actual estimate, but I believe it was longer than that. He has to do drainage.
Right, no, I
sidewalks,
hear
And
you,
then
yeah.
paving, so,
Is it locked, goes anything?
yeah, I'll try and find out.
Oh, that's a big project.
That's all I have.
I know, didn't you, Russ, were you telling me there was a group of people that were upset about something over that?
Yeah, so I have to get some more specifics there, but, yeah, someone had mentioned that there were. You know, a little, or some issues with the results of the water company up through the neighborhood there. And so just wanna get some more information for everybody, just, not that it's our thing necessarily, but if there's, an issue, I think the town wants to know, so. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I wanna get more details there, and if, there's people who maybe wanna. To a meeting to express their concerns, I can also, see if there's people who are planning on doing that. Yeah, I'll get more information here.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy.
I need a motion to accept the department monthly reports.
Motion to accept department monthly reports.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Correspondence, we do have a vacancy now on the Board of Adjustment. And they still need, and that's the council's responsibility to find people and appoint them. So we need it, and they're already, I think, down. I don't think they have any alternates. I think they were full with no alternates, and normally they have up to 4 alternates. So they need help. So if you know anyone that's interested, that might want to serve on there. There was something
Maybe
else.
that's also something that if you get that communication director or something like that, some way to have a call for volunteer or something like that, that goes out to the town, or some bubble or something
Get
like
more
that.
folks in the scope back on, yeah.
Yeah,
To say we really need, this opening and getting desperate.
I find that usually, that doesn't work as well as talking to someone face to face and saying, hey, you know what? You would be really good. You have some time.
But seems like
I know.
everyone to talk to.
Says no.
When is Board of Adjustment, just to be specific?
Mondays, twice a month. They canceled a lot. Didn't we say they canceled half of them?
The first and third Mondays.
Yeah. I think when we looked at the number of times they met last year, it was almost half. So it's not a huge commitment. But it's,
They're getting like a big news variant or something like
Right.
that, and all of a sudden it gets busy, but
Yeah.
normally it's not that bad.
planning board is a lot more time and effort. Do we have anything else? The last minute? That's it.
See.
Anybody have unfinished or new business? Okay, last open session. Anyone want to talk?
I got excited about Maker's Day and forgot to tell you 2 things.
Okay.
Sorry. It's not the library's initiative, but the state of New Jersey is sponsoring the Saloon app. And it's for teenagers. It's for 13 to 18. Younger teens need a parent waiver signed off on it. But it's an app that they can text a real life human, licensed social worker, therapist, counselor, paid for by the state of New Jersey. So it starts, because the kids won't necessarily reach out to a hotline. But this has it has features like the column, breath work and your values, what you do when you grow up, that kind of stuff. But it also has a lot of crisis intervention and installation opportunities. So I'll just leave that here.
Wow, that's great.
And our big news from the library meeting was that on April 15th, if you have a Bernardsville library card, and if you live or work in Bernardsville, you can get a Bernardsville library card. You can make room reservations for our glass pods in our library. So
Cool.
you'll be able to make reservations yourself without calling the library or emailing rooms@bernardsvillelibrary.org. To get either the big 6-seater pod or the 2 little 3-seater pods, and if that's insufficient, we'll add more, or we'll figure it out. But if you're a nonprofit or government, you can also use the conference room, a small meeting room that has screens and other stuff. So room reservations are here. You can already see it, yeah, but you can't make reservations.
But you can't do it yet.
We're playing with it, making reservations themselves and to figure out. But
Beta testing.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, thanks, Fred. Anyone else? No? Can't see there's anything. Is Charlie out there?
No, it's not.
Well,
It's Chris and Noel.
okay. Close the open session, and I guess we are gonna go into executive, yes? Oh, we do, though.
We did.
Did you want the engineer to talk? Did you say?
She's just on. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm not open till 7:30ish. I agree, yeah, just, or no, actually, no, 6:30, I mean, I was gonna say, I can do 7, on probably Thursday, yeah. That's too late, I was gonna say, let's do 7:30 or 31st. Or I can join you.
Fine.
No,
The 30th and 31st work for me. But those are the not Thursday ones, I think. There's a Thursday.
I think it's Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, right? Yeah, either one's fine. I mean, just can't do this. I get early. Well, I can't do this.
So how about we do with Christine and Rich on Thursday, and I could fill you in.
Yeah, whatever's easy, I'm happy. Yeah, absolutely. I can do that.
works.
Probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's talk about the sidewalks on. In the Boylan project. The Boylan Parish project.
Ah,
Yeah, if you can
Five,
brief me about anything beforehand, let me know.
yeah, I think we were gonna do,
Cause that needs to.
did we not say we were gonna have a session? No, we did. I think we were gonna talk about the redevelopment.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
well, I haven't got it,
Yes, yeah, but you don't have anything. Okay. Unless we have questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so do I have a motion to go in executive?
Motion for executive.
I have a second.
And we won't be coming back out.
Thank you, friend.
I mean,
Welcome.
we won't be, yeah.
Bye, friend.
Okay.